Deburr piping edges using metal file or wire brush where applicable. Make sure the inside of piping system is clean and clear of debris. Disassemble tool and have it ready to accept the vital seals. Install one seal on the spigot of the front plate and one seal on the spigot of the back plate. Reassemble tool with seals installed. Hand tight. Insert SCIT isolation tool into the pipe. The tool will center itself during the tightening process. When installing the SCIT tool, position the tool as far back as possible so that the tool does not interfere with any hot work operations, welding, grinding, cutting. Ensure that all SCIT tool compression nuts will be accessible after the work has been accomplished, welded flange, or fitting. The fill and pressure fittings must be positioned at 12 and 6 o'clock, when possible, to allow medium to properly fill the tool cavity and allow air to bleed off. 4 single bolt tools. Tightening is accomplished by feel only. Practice using a crescent wrench or equivalent. The nut on a single bolt tool must always be accessible. Four single bolt tools. Tightening is accomplished by feel only. Practice using a crescent wrench or equivalent. The nut on a single bolt tool must always be accessible. To introduce medium into the cavity of the SCIT tool, connect a hose from the pump to the lower fitting and fill until medium begins to seep out of the upper fitting. Then attach all hoses. Install pressure gauge, 300 psi gauge, to the pressure hose on the 12 o'clock position and install fill line from the pump and hose and block valve to the 6 o'clock position. Install pressure gauge, 300 psi gauge, to the pressure hose on the 12 o'clock position and install fill line from the pump can hose and block valve to the 6 o'clock position. Pressurized system, 20 to 50 psi, and maintains static pressure between seals. During pressurization, visually inspect for leakage around SCIT tool assembly. When no leaks have been found and the pressure gauge holds steady, the isolation tool seal is proven. Hook up vent adapter, vent hoses, and vent gauge, 30 psi gauge, and vent to a safe area out of the hot work zone. Note, grounding for practical purposes, the tool is essentially grounded to the pipe via water. If pure water is used, you may consider using an external ground to prevent arcing from the pipe to the tool during the welding process. Monitor SCIT tools while hot work is being performed to ensure a positive pressure is maintained on the seals. A minimum of 30 to 50 psi is on the ISO pressure gauge and 0 psi on the vent gauge is required. After hot work is completed and before SCIT tool is removed, a gas test must be done at the vent line to ensure safety of technicians before tool. Hose assemblies and vent lines are dismantled. Release the pressure and recover all test medium following notification by the customer/inspector that isolation requirements have been met. Disconnect gauge and pump hose assemblies. Loosen compression nuts until SCIT tool is movable within the piping assembly.